National Bookstore has one of the most colorful histories in Philippine business. The company went through World War II, Japanese and American occupation, Philippine Declaration of Independence, a change in Philippine Constitution, the Marcos regime and martial law, EDSA people power, Asian financial crisis, and not to mention super typhoons. The company celebrated its 75th year in 2017. Behind a successful and resilient company is Socorro Cancho Ramos, or fondly called Nanay Coring. In an interview, Nanay Coring recalled her childhood in the province was difficult and that the whole family left for Manila for a better life. At a young age, she had a job peeling the paper of old cigarettes and she received 5 centavos for finishing a pack. Having an entrepreneurial mind at a very young age, she hired neighborhood kids and paid them 5 centavos for every 2 packs they finished peeling. During her teenage years, she worked as a salesgirl at Goodwill Bookstore. There are some conflicting stories about how National Bookstore Incorporated started. There was even some controversy about who first made the postcards sold in the bookstore. But the conflicting stories were mainly because of its close familial relationship with another well-known bookstore at that time, Goodwill Bookstore. But according to the company, it was established in 1942 by husband and wife, Jose Ramos and Socorro Cancho Ramos. They reportedly started it with 211 pesos only, about 20,000 pesos in today's money. It was said the company got its name after Nanay Coring noticed the word national printed on cash registers at that time. The first national bookstore burnt down in the 1945 Battle of Manila, the liberation of Manila from Japanese occupation. But that didn't stop the business. It reopened. Eventually, it opened a new store along Recto Manila, frequented by students at that time. For the next decade, the company opened stores at shopping malls in Makati, Cubao, Quezon City, and across the nation. Currently, National Bookstore has more than 200 stores in the Philippines and employs around 3,000 workers. National Bookstore expanded outside selling books, office, and school supplies. It entered into the publishing business, establishing Cacho Publishing in 1988 and Advil Publishing in 1990. It opened specialty bookstore Power Books in 1996. It entered the digital world and sold books online by officially launching its website in 2006. The company ventured outside the Philippines by opening Metro Books in Hong Kong in 2007. And in 2017, it opened its very own school, the NBS College in Diliman, Quezon City. The school offers 6 courses, including accountancy and computer science. And of course, no business story is complete without talking about the company logo. After Nanay Coring's children and grandchildren proposed to add a more modern feel, the company sent the logo into retirement. National Bookstore changed its logo in 1997 from the original bird image designed by Nanay Coring herself to the red script we know of today. The company hired a Singapore-based design firm for the logo as well as the design for the store layout. From the initial capital of 211 pesos, the company's profits grew immensely, and in 1988, National Bookstore reached a milestone. National Bookstore's profit reached $1 million and earned its spot in the top 100 Philippine corporations. In 2012, sales reached around 10 billion pesos, a modest jump from the 9.5 billion pesos in 2011. With its growing success, strong brand recognition, and history, how come it didn't list in the Philippine Stock Exchange? How come it didn't receive blue chip stock status? Similar to the likes of other well-known Philippine brands, San Miguel, BPI, Jollibee. Well, the answer is they did try to. In 2013, the company planned to list in the Philippine Stock Exchange through a backdoor listing. What is a backdoor listing? A backdoor listing is an alternative way to list in a stock exchange. A private company that wants to list in a stock exchange buys and merges with a company that is already listed in the stock exchange. And which company National Bookstore was planning to buy? A mining and oil exploration company, Vulcan Industrial and Mining Corporation. In 2014, National Bookstore bought a 68% share in Vulcan and planned to change its name into National Bookstore Retail Corporation. But in 2017, just about 3 years after the announcement, management announced to scrap the whole plan. It seems a bit vague, doesn't it? Could it be sales are slowing down? Are ebooks and audiobooks taking a bite off the sales? Are the growing number of tech-savvy learners preferring digital or online resources affecting the business? Is it possible the rise of e-commerce sites are slowly driving customers away from their brick and mortar stores? Away from the shopping malls? People preferring to shop online from the comforts of their home affecting foot traffic? Is it because of a younger, trendy, and not to mention offering a wider book selection, competitor slowly but steadily taking away market share? You have to admit, some national bookstores need a bit of freshening up. Or is it possible an expansion that got sour? What happened to the Metro Bookstore in Hong Kong? Did it capture Hong Kong readers? Did it earn enough profits? Is it still open nowadays? We can but only speculate what could have been. In hindsight, it may seem a good decision not to continue to go public and list in the stock exchange. With the global health crisis caused by COVID-19, kids staying home and learning online will impact sales. Most businesses nowadays are in a limbo. But National Bookstore survived a war, fire, martial law, and typhoon. Do you think this time around it will survive a pandemic? Let me know what you guys think.